This is the last video.
Hang on, I'll be back in a second. And once I'm back with starting, alright? I'll be back in like minutes.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, no, that's what I was watching. That's why I was paying
Okay,
attention.
here's a gun. Or
Yeah, it's a gun.
you're a gun.
Your mom's a gun.
Your face is ugly.
I know.
I think this is the first time we've actually had you back for a while now. So.
I was here like a couple of weeks ago. Fuck you.
I mean, like the first time we've had you since we've like revamped the podcast. Also,
No.
yes, please fuck me. Name a time and place.
What?
Yeah.
Returned I have. Bitches
have?
I do not have.
We know. It's evident.
Alright.
Anyway, we got the intro. Fuck, there was the intro.
Alright. I'm gonna do the intro real quick. Alright, like Bob, you can start the recording. Welcome everyone to the insert number of podcasts we're at here. Yeah, not Yamato. Lightbulb will probably tell me in post. Or in chat now. I didn't breathe. I'm smart. No.
Breathing is actually recommended to living, by the way. I would heavily recommend doing that.
Congratulations, you just completely interrupted the intro. But yeah, basically, podcast. At this point, we've probably been uploading these for like, who knows how fucking long. You probably get the gist by now, but what's special about today is we're actually doing a podcast, not a codcast, as you have seen by the arc of podcasts season 2, I guess. If you could call it that. Nobody calls it that.
You just like calling it then. I request that we never call it that again.
I vote for this. It's I'm like one of the people who worked on the atomic bomb, except it's more mentally damaging.
Yeah.
Man just had a brain hemorrhage trying to do that.
I really did.
Emotional damage.
Brain joke, but he's having constant brain hemorrhages.
Yeah, that's what it's like living in South Australia.
That's what it's like living in Australia in general.
It's worse than South Australia. Anyway, this fucking thing was... Yeah, basically, we're doing a podcast and not a codcast. So, we actually are going to pick it from topics, and we're not just going to be laughing at chat, basically, for the whole fucking time. Because then it dies faster than fucking...
Faster than if I start playing Sabotage videos.
It dies faster than fucking uranium. What? Uranium?
Why are you two so out of it? Like, what the fuck?
Why are they fucking brain dead?
You guys, both... This is like the roughest start I think I've ever heard in the history of ever.
Is so bad.
I don't think we can use the fact that we're Australian for this one.
Yeah, no, the Australian excuse is long out the window. This is just... What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
What the fuck is wrong with that image? That's just a GIF.
I fucking hate it.
I thought we were...
And then Mikey and Marine enjoy it. Fucking die.
Anyway, we still haven't
fucking at least 15 times. We know very well this shit ain't getting monetized.
Okay, so here's the thing. We've got 2 Australians and a sailor. Like, yeah, imagine trying to censor all the fucking swears.
We're gonna get fucking age restricted with all the fucking profanity.
I support.
If not just outright banned.
Indeed.
Nah.
YouTube bans our content for being too Australian.
Damn, it's too enjoyable. We're not allowed to stay on. Who am I kidding? This shit
You're
is
gonna have to
enjoyable.
create 5 alternate accounts.
No, look, if we ever get banned for being too enjoyable, YouTube's just lying to us to make us feel better about why they took down our content.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, anyways.
People who are
Before you
listening,
guys...
thank you, and get a life. Like,
Hang on,
you shouldn't be
did
listening to
Japan
this
leave
shit.
the server?
What?
Hang on, I'm looking in podcast suggestions. Japan left something, but he doesn't. He's not in the server.
Yeah, you guys noticed?
No, he was in chat like 2 days ago.
So joke's on you. I already found the curve line. Get on my level, scrub. Either way.
I thought it was like one of those trolls where there wasn't actually a curved line.
I'm just shitting. We should actually start getting into the topics that we have for this podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So we don't kill it off, like, not even 10 minutes in.
Alright.
Which one am I fucking doing? Alright.
Anyway, so what's the first topic?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. We have one. It looks like we have one from Hal that's looking big. When human civilization collapses and the new origin of life finds our planet, what do you think will be the piece that makes them know you existed, and what do you think they would think you were on the planet? Not as a race, but as you as an individual. So basically, what I've gotten from this is, how do you make yourself just stay, like, if civilization collapsed, how would you be remembered by the new intelligent life that finds the planet? How would you make yourself?
Well, me personally, I would hope my photography, I would hope my art would actually survive. Probably won't, but if it does, I would hope that would be the trace I leave as an individual.
What about you, Rich?
Well, I mean, it would definitely take a long, long time for this intelligent life to be able to find every piece of human, or not every piece, but all the pieces of lost history that us as a civilization would have left behind. But I don't think they'd be able to find all of us. I mean, like, there's not like, how would I put this? A lot of the stuff that gives us popularity is like digitized and whatnot. So it's not really in paper. And God knows how we are going to end, whether it be nuclear war or like a natural disaster or something that's going to destroy a lot of these systems that hold this digitized information about what is going to make us relevant in the modern world. So when another intelligent civilization comes along and they see that there used to be an intelligent species here, they might not even be able to access any of the remaining digital systems that hold, if any exist, that would have held any sort of that information. So the only stuff they're going to be able to find is the stuff in writing, like the older history. So us as modern people, I'm not sure any of us will be remembered too well, but maybe like older history, like stuff that's written down, like older wars and whatnot. I think that stuff's going to get more likely be found and discovered and put into
Also, with
the
how
prospect of our planet.
With how a lot of things, it depends, like, because natural decay is the thing. It just depends. Like, here's an example. Like, art, for example, is fucking fragile. So a lot of it probably won't be a thing, which I'm basically just disproving what I said. But, like, for example, like, I know there is a vault somewhere, I don't know where it is, that has like some of the most important historical photos in it as preservation. So that probably would survive. But something like, if, for instance, an art gallery was to get flooded, yeah, that basically is fucked. I mean, statues probably not, but all painted pieces are pretty much fucked.
Well, can we just talk about how the fact that there's so many statues that have been through with but taking minor damage? Like literally, like you see those Roman statues. That shit's over 1,000 years old.
Yeah,
Even the
so
Roman
like
and
the
is
old,
still in decent condition.
yeah, so like the older stuff, all the older stuff that's put into more solid like writing or statues or inscriptions or all that older stuff where it's not digitized and fragile based on CPU systems and servers and whatnot. That stuff's probably going to get remembered. So it's
Yeah,
going to
but
be a
that
lot more
doesn't.
likely.
But
It's
that
just going to be a
doesn't.
lot more likely. God damn
Sorry.
it!
I was gonna say, but that
You
doesn't.
go.
Say, the question. I mean, yeah, those people will be remembered, but that doesn't say anything about you as an individual.
No, that's exactly what the question is answering. I'm saying
Yeah.
we probably aren't going to get remembered as much as our older history is, because that's the stuff that's in more, more weatherproof writing. Let's say.
Eventually, even that shit
But
degrades
also,
over time.
A history book
It just
survive a
degrades
history.
slower.
It's more likely for a history book to survive a tsunami than a computer. Is all I'm saying. And even
Yeah.
anything that is, even any computer system that is remaining, God knows if it's even going to be remotely compatible with anything that an intelligent species would be able to bring onto our planet. So,
yeah,
and especially considering if an intelligent species is coming to our planet, that means they're a space-faring civilization, and their levels of technology are beyond anything we could potentially comprehend. So, to answer that question, us nowadays, we might, I mean, we probably, odds are we won't get remembered, but if they can somehow access any surviving computer systems that we may have, any significant one that has all of our major history information on them, like say internet storage or whatnot, then maybe we probably would. Our chances would be a lot higher. But as our day-to-day life, we probably aren't going to get remembered. We're just going to be another nameless stall or something.
On that note, we
Just
have
remember.
a little add-on to that question from Animator here. If you think that would it be possible that the scenario of humanity being wiped out and started has happened before, and the only reason we don't know about a previous version of our present is because current information is all digitized? That is a interesting take.
That is a existential crisis just waiting to be answered.
I'm just thinking because the thing that instantly pops into my mind as possible evidence of that is a thing would be the Stonehenge. We still don't fucking know how that was made. I mean, do we? I don't think we do, but as far as I believe, we don't.
I mean, they have theories, but
We have theories on how it was made, but we don't know, and we don't particularly know what
we know, but the thing is, we know about around the time frame it was made, though.
Yeah. See,
the thing don't know how, because it doesn't seem like the people at the time would have had the knowledge and technology to have lifted those stones into place the way they are.
Now, my thing about that is, and the only reason that, the reason I'm going to personally think that that is not possible is because of geology. We can look like how do I word this? Like this geology in general. So like fossils and everything, like all those things down there, we can tell by how old they are based on how deep they are and how through how many layers of stone and everything. It's like a history book in of itself. Like the earth, the ground, right? Yeah, the crust of the earth. All that history is built up through that dirt, and you can dig down and go farther into the past to see just what exactly it is. So it's basically like a portal, almost theoretically a knowledge portal as to what happened long ago. So we have all of these dinosaur fossils and everything from their bodies from millions of years ago, from whenever they were wiped out by a big ass fucking meteor, right? So I mean, either there would be if we were, there'd probably be a gap of blank. If say any sort of future civilization from way back when it did eliminate human life when it got to around this point, there would most certainly be a blank point in the like a blank point of that, say, history that was in the crust of the Earth that would have been found before any of our older fossils would have been found. Plus, there's also plus there's everything about fossil fuels being used up by that point and whatnot, and we wouldn't, and just again, there's a lot of evidence of stuff that we have changed already on the Earth permanently that would have to be undone, and that just seems like a lot of work to restart a civilization, and it also seems rather unlikely. So that's why I wouldn't think that would. That's why I think that wouldn't have happened before.
Yeah, it would have happened. It would have happened. It would have had to happen an inconceivably a long time ago for it to have any chance of it being true.
Yeah.
And on the topic of the whole apocalypse thing, sorry, brain fart. The whole Horizon, the way Horizon Zero Dawn portrays that whole obviously the whole robot is a little bit far-fetched. The whole law of it, kind of in the track of what's left of our days. It's scary how much has been left. And we get... Hang on. I don't know the exact frame of time off the top of my head, but hang on, I'm just going to dial it.
What was he talking about? I wasn't paying attention.
Hang on.
Welcome to the podcast where we wait for Australian Ranger to find shit.
There we go. Anyway, as I was saying, the events in Horizon Zero Dawn, as you play it, take place about 1,000 years from modern today. And it's kind of scary how much is left. 1,000 years is a long time. That's the distance. That's the time between the fucking. That's how far away the Roman Empire is. Roman Empire was was over 1,000 years ago, 1,500 sometime even.
Yeah.
And it's an inconceivably long time, but it's also a reminder of how much of an impact, even if we just all suddenly disappeared, that we would leave on the planet. Not even talking about plastics, which are going to stay around for millions of years. Even just buildings will, while partially collapsing and such,
some buildings would be more stronger. For an example, what's it again? Central Station in New York. It's actually a very durable building. It's predicted that if we all disappear, the tower, the fucking skyscraper behind it will collapse, and it will collapse into Central Station, destroying the roof, but the walls will still stand for a time being, because it can withstand the pressure due to how thick and well made the whole building was.
Yeah, so it's just stupid how much of a lasting impact how we've got to as human civilization has fucking progressed, and how much of a lasting impact we are going to leave. And a cool little fact I came across while watching a video is that, just to put time into perspective, how long ago the pyramids were built to the Romans is how long ago the Romans are to us. So,
the more you know.
Even for the Romans, the pyramids being built was ancient history.
Yeah.
like that shit happened 1,000 years ago. It's again, like I said, the pyramids to the Romans are like the Romans are to us.
Yeah.
And the pyramids aren't, the pyramids aren't like the first, aren't one of the first civilizations or anything. Civilization has been going on for an incredibly long time, but we have still been going on. But
It's just
our technological advancement has also sped up so much.
yeah. No,
In
like
200 years, we went from horse-drawn carriages to being able to go to fucking Mars,
I want
which is
to
millions of kilometers away.
another really good example about how well and how quickly we fucking progressed is when you look at the development and evolution of gaming as an example. Like, take a look at games 20 years ago, or take a look at games 30 years ago, and how different they are compared to now. Like 30 years ago, it was like N64 and that sort of shit. It was just early 3D
Yeah.
gaming, and now
It
we
was
have a
the most
VR. We
basic
have
of shit.
virtual reality gaming.
We
And
have
that's better of-
stuff that actually especially if you look into the little Matrix proto, the Matrix beta that came out long ago. This is the future of gaming, and it's only going to get better from there. Like, you think it looks like real life. Where could you go from there? But like, that's what everyone has said before now, and look where it's up. Like, how could we improve from here? And then there's one big breakthrough, and then suddenly the whole industry is changed. Like,
that was kind of like what happened with 3D gaming. Like, it completely changed the entire industry.
yeah, like, holy shit, we're actually modeling things in 3D. How could we get any more realistic? And now, 20 years later, which isn't that long. Like, in the grand scheme of things, 20 years isn't that long. We've come from, like, there's the shitty,
My lifetime.
barely any polygons characters.
That's my lifetime, though.
Literally millions.
20 years, that's my lifetime.
Yeah. Which, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that long.
No. I've been around since 2001, and even since 2001, gaming has evolved.
2001, we went from 2001 was the release of Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
And now we've come, and if you look at that, it is
A buggy broken mess.
it was fairly good looking for the time, but but look how far we've come from then. Like, it's just crazy how much. Compare recent developments to the developments of the late 1800s to early 1900s and the developments from there, and how basically what all we've been doing is improving on existing technologies. But the 1800s was the greatest period of technological innovation for the entirety, basically in the entirety of the human era. Like, the beginning of the 1700s, and to the end of the 1800s, so much of the world changed, and so much and so much technological developments were made. Like, that is the single greatest fucking period of technological development in human history.
I would like to somewhat disagree with that. I would like to say that I think the 1800s was the most revolutionary time, while the 1900s was the most technologically advancing time.
I probably agree with more Rich there. Like, when you really think about it, the war actually, like, pushed the evolution and other stuff and technological advancements so hard because they needed it. It was like a race to see who had the better technology, is what in that stand.
Yeah.
So in the 1800s, the first steam engines were like the first ship propulsion engines and whatnot were produced. So they went from sail to steam, right? And then also in the 1800s, we went from wood to steel. So but in the 1900s, you're starting with these basic steel or basic iron, cast iron, well, not cast iron, but iron hull, like we're talking like 12, 18 horsepower steam engines on the ships that were developed from coal mining steam engines, right? and you start from that, and you advance to single expansion, multi expansion, triple expansion, steam turbines, geared steam turbines, double geared steam turbines, advancing through all of that, all the way to nuclear reactors and ships. So I'd say the 1800s had the most revolutionary breakthroughs from going from sail to steam, but in the 1900s, I'm just using ship engines as an example because that's what I know really well. And then from the 1900s, you go from these basic steam engines to nuclear reactors.
That is a fair point. Yeah.
My knowledge when it comes to evolution.
I agree with you, but not entirely. Because I
get where you're coming from. Yeah.
Like in the 1800s, we also had we went from
1800s was a time for new technologies to be invented, and the 1800s, and then 1800s, new technologies discovered and put into use.
1900s,
and in the 1900s, that's you improve, innovate, and adapt, and because in the difference the difference between a jet engine and a steam engine, but in the end, they're both still an engine.
Thinking about it,
but they are vastly different in they're vastly different in how they work, but they still effectively serve the same purpose.
The 21st century is going to probably see even more rapid evolution in technology.
I'd say the 21st century is going to be more digital if we even last that long. But
yeah,
because we've already. I mean, of course, we're also still going to advance in analog styles. There's always going to be something new to invent, right?
Yeah.
So, we're always going to continue moving. But in terms of how do I word this? But in terms of analog advancement, the 1800s and 1900s were by far the most revolutionary.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, if you think about it, hold on, I saw a comment about Animator a while ago. I think he pinged you. He said a roadblock. I mean, we've reached a lot of roadblocks before. I mean, mind you, we spent almost 1,000 years or so using wind to move vessels, and animals to move vehicles, right? Because we just couldn't advance, so we were stuck at that roadblock of transportation and whatnot. And then in the 1800s, we just broke through that. In the 1900s, we broke through that again. Permanent roadblock? I don't know. I don't think permanent roadblock will be reached.
Really, one of the main things that engineers do is overcome problems like that. Eventually, there will be a solution for that. It may take a long time, and it more likely won't be in our lifetime, but there will be a solution.
I have just a realization of myself. A lot of people think that we might have maxed out on Earth, but people think the advancements in space that are being made, there's active plans. NASA is actively planning to try and not only are we going back to the moon, now 2025 because they delayed it. But, I mean, these are the problem delays. But also the innovations that are made from space travel will eventually wind their way back into terrestrial travel as well, and other developments in that area.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Again, I assume. Yeah. I don't think we'll ever reach permanent roadblock. I mean, this is just a little fun fact regarding all of this. In the late 1700s, after the Revolutionary War in America, and America became its own country, they almost shut down the patent office, so new things couldn't be invented or patented because they thought that nothing else could possibly have been invented. They thought they had reached the epitome of technology and everything. They didn't think anything else could be invented. I think it was 1790 something. Hold on. I know it wasn't. I know it was a while ago. Mm, 1899. Really? That was 1899.
Damn.
Okay, I was wrong. So, anyways, the patent office, the U.S. Patent Office, and it was closed in 1899 by President McKinley. Yeah, President McKinley. That's what it says. because he said that everything that could have been invented has been invented, right? So,
Hmm.
so long as so long as humankind stays, I guess, open-minded is the right word to use in inventing new things, we'll never reach a roadblock.
I mean, you can ask President Kennedy about being open-minded. I'm sorry.
as well as Lincoln.
That was a horrible joke.
Yes, it was. And I just
I
added
will
on and
see.
made it even worse.
I'll see
All right,
myself out.
you know
Yes,
your way
leave.
out.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
Australian Ranger has been kicked from the podcast for that.
Alright.
But yeah, again, all of this shit, most of this shit won't be happening in our
We think
lifetimes.
medicine manually? We can already manually reconnect nerves.
Oh yeah, medical evolution is fucking amazing. Like, the amount
Well, that also implies the fact that also implies the fact that we're going to have biological prosthetics at that point. That's an advancement that needs to be made first. And yes, you can reattach stuff. We've already reached that point. It takes a long time. It's a pain in the ass, but yes, it is possible.
We can
You
do it.
can reconnect nerves. You can reattach nerves, and in theory, if you still have the limb, you can reattach the limb.
I know it has to be done within a certain amount of time, though, unless that is.
Yeah, obviously, because again, like biodegradation and whatnot.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
They won't last long.
No,
But
it's
at that
possible.
point, we could, and if we're talking about like what you're thinking of, probably in the sense of medical advancement, reaching biological prosthetics and whatnot. I'm sure at that point we'd probably have that technology. I mean, I'm sure there might have been. I don't really keep up in the medical world. That's not really my interest. But
No.
Medical advancements has been pretty good.
if you think about it, reconnecting a finger is like a smaller version of reconnecting an arm. So it's the same concept, just in a much larger practice.
Yeah.
So,
And like I said, if
take
we
that as you will.
take baby steps, but also not so, because we aren't that far off. It's been in its proto stages for a while, and it's probably not far off full development. My dog just opened my door, came in, and sat on my couch. There was no looking at. There was no in between. You were right there, Bella?
What?
You just wanted someone to sit. All right.
The
You
hell
should
is that?
take a photo of your dog.
What is that?
Why is that not saying it?
And please.
A cyborg or
Okay,
cybernetic
yeah.
organism, I presume.
I know.
You were
this
just
is-
trying to. You're just trying to create Skynet, aren't you? We've seen. Have you not? Do you not watch movies?
Hang on. I have a. Here we go. That is my opinion on that.
I mean, in concept, I'm sure. I'm sure it's possible, but like in practice, I'm sure there's a lot more things that we can't even begin to think about that would be inhibiting that.
I want to be in my lifetime where, like.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't even know this till recently. Apparently, Elon has a company that is actually trying to figure out how you can put a chip in people's brains and make it do shit. Apparently, we're already in the experimental phases of that shit.
Yeah, we are.
Fucking Elon Musk.
I can't wait till we get to the stages where like stuff like blindness and deafness can basically not be a thing due to advancements in technology and
There is
Ever heard of
already stuff
CRISPR?
I know there is.
There is stuff. There's already tech that can actually. Then it's not even like super expensive shit. It's affordable stuff that can actually cure blindness and deafness.
Because for me, something that generally worries me is that my eyes degrade to the point where I don't know, where I go blind.
There's also LASIK and whatnot. That stuff helps.
Yeah, I need to get that done.
But again, like all this stuff, like there's so many factors into the stuff that we're talking about that we can't even begin to comprehend because we're not subject matter experts in that field.
Yeah, I don't think I know much about medical. I haven't gone to medical school.
I
I
wasn't
don't think
planning on
anyone here
going to medical
has.
school.
Anyone here who's been, if we have anyone who's been to medical school
I
listening
mean,
to this,
yeah, that's why
God
you
save
test with chimps before you test with humans. Because you're sticking shit in people's brains. It's a bit experimental.
Which, of course, that people then go like moral ethics, but then again, it's morally weird with you. Either way, it's morally weird until you know if it's like perfectly safe.
Yeah. That's why clinical trials are done. You don't know if it's safe.
Monkeys, indeed.
Why did the H in shit become J? It became shit.
Polish.
Became Norwegian Norwegian shit. Oh no, the monkey has an AK. Okay.
Do you think the Polish people will be invaded again anytime soon?
Probably. Do I think it's going to be in the next 20 years? Probably not. These types of even no. We've seen these type of escalations with Russia and over Ukraine happen before. Have they reached a new level of high? Yes, but also de-escalations are also beginning to happen. So it's really just a game of chicken
Look,
to see which side's going to back down first.
Putin's not fucking dumb.
Oh no, he's not. He
He's not.
knows
He's
how to
not
get what he
going
wants.
to. He's not going to start a war over this. He's not fucking American. Or Australian, for that matter. Because if he was, he would have shat himself in a fast food store. A fast food place. Oh, shit, my pants. And Angry Macca's in
Shut the fuck
1997.
up.
You're.
Anyways. What to talk about now?
There's another. Oh, there's a few other messages. Podcast topic. What would your fictional world be, and what countries would be in it?
What?
Suggestion from
That's
Joe.
That's
Based
takes a lot of
around naval trade and warfare, even more than our world is.
that takes a lot of brain power that I'm not willing to put into that right now.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, for me, the biggest thing that I would say is that the Yugoslav wars, is that they and the Yugoslav wars didn't happen, and obviously everything managed to calm itself out. Yugoslavia would still be a thing.
So that's.
I think your mic's died.
That's probably the internet.
Or both.
Oh no, it's back. There we go.
So what were you gonna
There
say?
we go. Also, Rich.
What? What? I just heard my name and then he just shut up.
He died again.
Oh, this is great.
Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Australian Ranger's fucking dead.
Well,
I'm getting my fault to replace Ranger. To replace the Aussie Ranger.
No. Bad. Bad, Yamato. Bad.
Oh. Sorry, can
That's
you
what I
stop?
said before my mic died. No, it's not the internet. It is actually just my microphone. Yeah, I don't think that's happening for this week. Also, the right side of my head. So
What were we gonna say to Rich again?
I was just making fun of his microphone.
No. Stream Ranger, you mentioned Rich, and then you just stopped talking. What were we gonna say? Like this.
Croatia?
What? Okay, so Ranger, like,
Who the fuck reacted Croatia?
That's
Where?
not Croatia, but okay.
That's Croatia. It is the flag of Croatia.
Yeah, that is
Motherfucker.
Croatia. Wait, no.
It's Croatia.
That's a Bosnia.
Motherfucker, tell me where HR means Croatia.
I don't know, but it is the flag of Croatia. That's just Discord flag emojis.
That is Croatia.
That is Croatia.
Like, take it from me, someone who fucking.
But it is Croatia.
Take it from someone who's obsessed with the Balkans. That's Croatia. Say, Croatia. Rich doesn't know. I mean, let's be fair, Rich. Maybe.
Shut the fuck up.
Maybe I will.
I'll shut you the fuck up for you. Anyways.
Only good and then good.
Oh, that makes sense. See, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Ah. Oh, thank you, Mercy.
Because normally, now, with all of fucking Discord's flag emojis, they all have letters referring to the fucking flag. So like U.S., Switzerland, all the flags like 2 letters in the country's name that lets you distinguish if you don't know the country's flag what country it's from.
Oh, okay.
So in this case is Croatia. When I saw HR, I was like, okay, what the fuck is that? Like at first, my very first thought was Hungary, but I knew that wasn't Hungary's flag, so it's like I don't know what that is. But when you said Croatia, I'm like, what are you, fucking stupid? So,
but alas, it was you who was the fucking stupid.
It's not my fault.
No, but yes.
Yes and no.
H.
Indeed.
You're starting to devolve. What happened to our Socrates level of podcast?
I don't know.
Yeah, I used up 80%, 85% of my brain power. It needs time to regenerate. Hold the fuck on.
You don't need time to. You need time to regenerate. I don't. Someone throw some philosophical question at me again. That was fun.
Well, I'm gonna let my dog out. I'll be back.
Okay.
Someone hit me with something.
This might be a good one. You're the last person alive. What do you do?
Last person alive. What do I do?
Like, you just wake up and all of humanity's disappeared beside you.
Well, I'm probably gonna spend a few days, or I'm probably gonna spend a few hours to the entire day being entirely depressed, and trying to realize the fact that the entire planet is dead. And after that, I'd probably go nomad and just roam around, enjoy things that to go to random museums and stuff. Go to visit. Enjoy the fact that nothing costs anything. It's not the last person alive. Just basically be a nomad for the rest of them.
Yeah.
Anyways, how alien civilizations decode our civilization or decode our language? I mean, I guess it's the same. I don't know. I guess it would say that the. I guess that the. let me think about this. I guess I was gonna say it's the same thing as like decoding like ciphered code, but you already know it's being transmitted in a language that can already be understood by you. And in this one, I presume. My best guess would be that they would collect all of the language that they know, or that not that they know, all the language that they can, like references to language like books and whatnot, and writings and stuff in scripture. They probably take all that, and they probably use the best to their best of their ability, context and whatnot amongst all of these books, and try and get a rough decoding of our language. Is it going to be exactly correct? I mean, probably not. No. I mean, like with decoding languages and whatnot, like how we have with ancient languages, some things have been lost. Some of that knowledge has been lost to time, and the fact that we really don't have anything that we could compare it to. It's going to be the same thing with that. There's going to be words and there's going to be phrases and stuff that's going to be lost to these ancient or these advanced civilizations that find our languages, and they're not going to have the entire thing, but they might get close. They might be able to decode what they have, but they're not going to have everything, or they're not going to properly decode everything too, if that makes sense.
Indeed. Do you think that there are another intelligent life form out there?
Oh, absolutely. There's got to be.
Here's the thing I said. I heard something about the reason why they haven't contacted us because they're just so advanced than us.
Well, there's a million reasons why they couldn't contact us. I mean, like, for one, like we probably they either they don't have the equipment to detect anything that we broadcast out into space, or we don't have any of the equipment to intercept whatever they're sending to us. Also, intercepting a single planet in a galaxy of billions is going to be rather next to impossible. It's going to be very low chance that they're actually going to be able to find us without specifically knowing where we are first or have an origin location. Like if an ancient civilization, say, notices a radio broadcast from Earth, right? Well, they've got a trajectory of where the broadcast came from, so they'd probably be able to zero our location down from there. But say if alien civilization is just going to run into us by random chance, that's going to be a lot lower. Or if they're specifically looking for us without any rough location of where we are, it's going to be a lot harder because again, one planet amongst billions, it's going to be weird. There's a lot of stuff.
Also, the time frame of picking up a signal and or sending one back is inconceivably long. Like we're talking thousands, possibly even millions of years. At that point, civilizations could have risen and fell, and we could have been long gone by the time that we send a message. Or the civilization that picked up a message or just sent one at us could be long gone by the time we receive it, let alone send one back.
Again,
that's another thing. That's another thing. Like when we look out in space, like okay, here's a very fascinating thing that I've learned. Light takes a long time to travel through space, right? Looking into space is like looking back in time. All of the planets and stuff like way out that we see and whatnot, all of the stars and everything, that's from like a long time ago, thousands, maybe millions of years ago, because that's how long that light took to travel to Earth for us to be able to see. So
literally billions.
Let's say let's say there's an advanced civilization, right, in a different arm of the galaxy, right? And they managed to find Earth on a telescope, for example, on their planet. They're not going to see a lit up Earth with a bunch of lights and everything. They're going to see Earth millions of years ago, how it was millions of years ago, just a mundane planet, right?
Yeah.
So it's also possible because they don't know that we're here because they just aren't close enough to be able to see us. So They probably have seen us, but they just haven't seen us as modern. They've probably seen us ancient, non-existent, just a planet with very basic life on it, if any. They might not even know
Dinosaurs.
there is life. Yes.
Um, one other thing about that whole light takes time. The James Webb Telescope, which is nearly deploying to reach its full potential, is going to let us see back to the beginning of the fucking universe because of how far it can see.
Jesus Christ.
Because it's actually
Hold on.
it's actually going. It's looking out so far that light was created not long after the Big Bang. Because it
Fermi
can look
paradox?
out so far.
Jesus Christ.
It's that powerful. We're literally looking back 13 billion years.
Oh, when will this be reaching its full potential?
Like in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Possibly sooner.
Okay.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about because I've been too focused on the question that Animator just asked.
What animation?
Fermi paradox.
Do you not know what the Fermi paradox is?
No, I know what the Fermi paradox is.
I don't know what it is.
I'm trying. I was waiting for you guys to finish so I could answer the question. Well,
I think I don't want to have an existential crisis.
What is the Fermi paradox, by the way?
Have you not seen the Kurzgesagt videos about it?
No, I haven't.
Go watch that Kurzgesagt video on it. Just go watch it.
Kurzgesagt.
Animator posted it. Go watch it.
I posted it. Fuck you.
Or so go watch.
I replied to Animator and posted it.
Whatever dumb fuck posted it, just go watch it and I'll explain the answer about it.
I'll post it again.
So here's the take. The Fermi paradox could be a multitude of things. There's not one set event in any species evolution as to what that Fermi paradox could be. It could be overcoming it could be like a massive civil. How do you pronounce that? It's a Kurzgesagt. I mean, that's how they pronounce it. Roughly. I might be Americanizing it just a either way. So the Fermi paradox isn't one set event that's going to happen. It's not like the final boss or anything. So whether we passed it or not, or we haven't gotten it, I don't think we'll ever truly know. Right? So I guess the only way we're never really gonna know when we pass the Fermi paradox or not. If we don't know where the Fermi, well, I mean, if we get to that, say, theoretical Fermi paradox point and we fail and our civilization fails, I mean, I guess that's when we'll know that we reached our Fermi paradox and we didn't pass it. That's the thing. There's so many things that could be considered a civilization ending that I really don't know what a baseline barrier for the Fermi paradox would be. Maybe overcoming planetary degradation at that point, like, the planet is getting to the point where it can't sustain life anymore and we need to get off world fast and we need to find a replacement for it. I guess that could be one part of a Fermi paradox. Another part could be trying to prevent your civilization from killing each other. I guess another thing would be fighting off an alien invasion or preventing a meteor from destroying your entire civilization. There's so many civilization ending events that could be considered a Fermi paradox that I don't really know if we'll ever know when we pass it. The only way you'll ever know that you hit a Fermi paradox is if you fail it.
Another thing is, we could be long past the the filter. Like, the filter could be way back in just discovering agriculture. It could be far into the future.
The Fermi paradox we could have already passed. We could not.
There's a reason it's a paradox.
We won't know unless we fail. Because it's not really an existential crisis. Because so long as we continue advancing and everything, we're never really going to know when we hit it unless we already have. We could be advancing into the spacefaring race where we're sending out colony ships, going out to different planets and whatnot, and we're still thinking, have we reached the Fermi paradox yet? Have we already passed the Fermi paradox? Well, we don't know because we haven't been able to see any advanced civilization because all of the major planets that we can see are still from millions of years behind in their past, So, it's all up to, we're never really going to know. if you hit the Fermi paradox, unless you hit it and you fail. If you hit it and you pass, congratulations, you didn't even realize that it happened, but your civilization is just continuing advancing on.
Hmm.
There could be more than one Fermi paradox. We could have gone through many.
Do you think
There
animals
is
do
theoretically
the same?
infinite filters.
Okay.
Yes, we could, agriculture could have been one, the discovery of, more advanced, the burning fossil fuels, nuclear energy, all this stuff could have been a Fermi paradox that we passed. There could be more than one. How do I think humanity will travel across the stars? Well, there has been development on ion engines. Granted, they're very, very weak right now, but there has been development, and I think those have potential. But probably something along the lines of that, and not like solid rocket boosters, because solid rocket fuel boosters are very inefficient for the amount of energy that they provide. So I don't really think that that's how it will be. But I do remember development being on some kind of travel between solar systems. Well, again, that's just like space travel. Like we haven't reached that point of reliably designing those or theoretically coming up with those kinds of designs. All the stuff we have is based on sci-fi. But something I do.
Sorry, just deviating a little bit. Onto a more grounded thought. Do you think that fusion energy is possible? And if it is possible, is it commercially viable?
Possible. It's absolutely
does its
possible.
benefit outweigh the costs?
It's absolutely.
I think in the
fusion
first
energy.
stage it will be expensive, but if it's more viable and more efficient, and it would develop more to the point that costs will go down.
Here's the thing.
It's like everything, really.
Here's the thing. Fusion energy is possible. It's more efficient than fission energy, and it's safer than fission energy. It's just harder to make than fission energy because it requires a lot more. It requires a lot more fucking
heat.
Well, no, it creates more energy than fission, right? I mean, like the sun is a big fusion reactor, right?
But it just brute forces the fusion reactor, and on Earth we can't get the same scenarios. We can't get the same pressure that the sun uses to create it. Or created it.
I'm saying fusion energy is absolutely possible. It's absolutely more efficient than fission energy. It's just a lot harder to achieve. It's safer than fission energy. Granted, already fission energy is already safer than most forms of energy already, and it's very efficient. But fusion is even more so because with fusion energy, there's no nuclear waste, right?
Yeah.
So it's already more efficient.
The ultimate
fusion
form of energy
reaction
that we could possibly get to, which is far from us getting it, is a Dyson sphere.
Dyson spheres are for we're not going to get a Dyson sphere for a long, long, long time.
But once we do get one, that basically will sustain us for fucking ever.
Actually, fusion energy, fusion generation has happened, but so far the only way it's happened is using more energy than it actually produced. So far, because it's not been perfected yet. There's no guarantee it is going to be perfected, and there's going to be a way that we can use less power that we're going to be able to use. That it's going to be fusion energy is possible, but there's no guarantee it'll be that we're actually going to be able to use it. And if it does work, there's a Kazergastat. There's a Kazergastat video on it. I can't never fucking remember the pronunciation.
Anyway, there is going to be a
yes. Hold on. Sorry, I was in the middle of snacking on something, but yes, FTL engine. FTL means faster than light.
Yeah.
Yes, FTL engines are proper. Yeah, Kurzgesagt. I'm slightly pronouncing the S like a Z.
There we go.
Yes. Kurzgesagt. Yes, but faster than light travel is possible. I believe Kurzgesagt made a video on it. I think they would call them stellar engines. I think.
I don't think they were talking specifically about FTL, but they made a video on solar engines and shit.
That's how you move a sun. Either way, yes. Because light travel is slow. In the term of space, light travel's slow. Yes, I didn't. It's been years since I've watched that video. Cut me a break. When was it
It
released?
came out like last year.
It came out 2 years ago. I watched it when it first came out.
So did I.
But I did look, man. A lot's happened to me in 2 years. Anyways, so yes, faster than light, I assume is possible, but it requires a lot, and like we're talking incomprehensible amounts of energy.
Yeah.
So it's possible, but not just yet.
Yeah. Again,
Theoretically possible, mechanically possible, not yet.
Again,
Please
shit like
warrant
this takes time.
That's,
It's
we're starting to edge on the. We're starting to edge on the
Shit, that
cusp
was
of.
2 years ago. Fuck.
We're starting to edge on the cusp of more well, this has all been theoretical, but now this is truly theoretical because wormholes and shit, that all depends on how the fucking universe is fabricated, right? Like how the universe is, you know?
which we still don't really fully understand how the universe works.
We don't really understand how the universe works, how it's formatted, for lack of better words, how it's formatted. So the possibility of that as well to be discussed. Now, if we're dropping all limits of thinking and we're able to go entirely and 100% theoretical, then yes, if the universe is fucking formatted in the way to make wormholes, then sure, we could theoretically make wormholes. How somehow? Again, we really don't know how that would even begin to be possible to make, but you know, it's theoretically possible. Theoretically, with like 10 apostrophes beside it, or quotation marks. Yes, with like 10 quotation marks, but yes, it is theoretically possible. Absolutely, they'd see the universe differently from the planet they live on. We have such we have such a small look on the universe that we can't even begin to comprehend. They probably, I mean, unless they've advanced beyond their own planet and are on many planets, probably not. They probably see what we see, just in their view. Like they don't see the exact same stuff we see. Like all the stars they see are probably entirely different and stars that we've never seen before. But I mean, I mean, like in their own view, they see the same thing we do, which does their stuff, not our stuff.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, right? It's I don't know.
God, this is such a wild difference from every other podcast we've done
This
so
is
far.
we actually having a.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the unofficial podcasts, Rich. When it was just us ranting about the most random shit.
Animator, the shit you're asking is a headache and a half. You don't really have the right to smack
Yeah,
on
you
Joe.
don't have the right to. Frederick de Grobe.
That
Even that is not how you
It
pronounce it
is.
at all, and
What the
I'm not
fuck?
sorry.
What the fuck?
I have offended people. I'm not
Hold on
sorry.
here. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna Americanize it because fuck you. Frederick de Grobe. Yeah, that's it.
I'll just call you Fred. Hang on, I just realized it's Friedrich.
It's not. It's Friedrich.
Friedrich.
Fried.
Mine is
Fried. Okay, it's fried rich.
I speak to a lot of people.
Grobe.
Now that is very
And
existential.
what is your accent? Battlestar Galactica. I've definitely seen you around. Yeah.
Fried rich.
Do you remember me? No, sorry.
Oh, you're Horseman. You changed your actual Discord name.
Oh.
Why? That's confusing. Yeah, but you changed your nickname, not your actual Discord name. Also, what kind of roleplay are you doing where your name is Battlestar Galactica? It's a franchise, not a name.
What the heck I have to do with that?
What?
Indeed. I guess Nixon.
Nixon.
I mean, yeah, he was called Dick.
Mm.
Was called Dick.
Yeah, I know what Battlestar Galactica is.
Pretty good show.
Lightly.
I think it's older than you know. I'm definitely sure it's older than
Battlestar
you.
Galactica is definitely older than me.
The original definitely is because it was the 70s, and then there was like the reboot they did, in mid 2000s, which is definitely older than you because you're a fucking child.
Hang on.
Sabaton is older than you. You're a child.
Oh shit! Star Trek is 11 years older than Star Wars, so Star Trek is like
Yeah.
the OG sci-fi shit.
Yeah. Star Trek is actually legitimately quite old.
Which would you say is older? Star Trek's not older.
Wait, what year was it?
More
What year was
popular,
Star
more famous. Which is the bigger franchise, Star Trek
Star
or
Wars.
Star Wars?
Star Wars, I would say.
Sure.
What year
How
did
old?
Star
What?
Trek?
How old are you, Horseman? You calling us young?
How old are you?
How did you only? How did you only just hear of Star Trek 2 years ago?
Oh, you're
You're
37.
37?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Out of the host here, I am the oldest. And then
Yeah.
it's Rick and then Ranger.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm really not that old. 1966 was the original Star Trek. If we're going to talk about old sci-fi shows, Doctor Who is actually older than Star Trek.
Doctor Who is the OG shit.
Yeah, Doctor Who started in 1963, and then the
Yeah.
second series started in 1966, which was when Star Trek started. But to be fair, Doctor Who I was mainly in Britain.
Animator, it's probably not on the point, but it's true. Most like fandom rivalries start with fans, not the actual franchises themselves. Marvel versus DC, neither of them care.
They don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit about each other. They're their own thing. They occupy the same sort of thing, and they do compete franchise wise, but they don't actively hate each other and they don't go out of the way to industrially sabotage each other. It's just the fan bases that are at each other's throats.
Marvel versus Washington DC.
What?
Okay.
How do you think future COD games will look? Just as shit. Yes,
Nah.
I am biased against Call of Duty. Fuck you. And I am not taking questions.
Call of Duty games haven't been good for.
No. Hold on. I don't think you fairly answered that question because COD has a
I'm
new
incredibly
boss.
biased.
Call of Duty has a new boss. It's no longer Activision and Blizzard. It's now Microsoft because Microsoft bought them.
Wait, so it's Microsoft.
Yeah,
Blizzard?
because Microsoft bought Activision, and by proxy, Call of Duty.
And also bought Blizzard because Activision Blizzard is one company.
Yeah, shut up.
Wait,
Its
so
software
what's
is
the
owned by
company called now?
Microsoft.
The only Activision game I've ever played is the fucking Skylanders franchise. And that shit was
Activision-
fire.
Activision actually
Fucking
came out
Skylanders
with
was fire.
good
You
games.
don't at me.
Prototype is a pretty fun game, and it was published by Activision. Except its PC port's kind of fucked at the moment due to it being a pretty old game. Not it due to being an older game, so it has some pretty bad support, but it's legitimately a fun game. And
Doom is owned by Activision. How long has the podcast gone on for?
about
Like
an hour.
an hour and 10 minutes.
I wouldn't say an hour and 10 minutes. We started like it's that basically an hour now.
No, we started at 11:30,
I was just
and now
asking,
it's
light bulb. What? How long?
Hang
is
on,
the
it
recording?
starts. Okay, mate. No, Yamato, it starts at exactly 12. What is the time?
Did light bulb start the recording at 12 though?
Probably not exactly, but round about.
So it hasn't been an hour.
It's no,
So
no,
it hasn't been an hour and 10 minutes. It's been about an
Alright,
hour.
alright, shut the hell up, you two. Doesn't
No.
matter. That's what I
So
thought.
how are we going to name this episode? Philosophy.
Two Australians in a city, like
That's every. That's actually not every podcast.
I mean,
It's
this is the
most
first time.
podcasts.
That's going to be most podcasts, hopefully, in the future. Well, so on.
Hopefully, it's every podcast. Realistically, it's most.
And the cases where we don't have the sailor, we'll get the light bulb in.
I just woke up at 9. Yeah, so it's been going. So I've made the announcement about an hour and 10 minutes ago. That we can agree. Did the recording start the moment I made the announcement? No.
Yes.
But it's basically around how from the start date, from the time that it's from the time that it starts. That's how long it's been going.
I don't know if this is for
We
anyone else.
reclaiming Guinea. All right, interesting.
I don't know if this is for anyone else, but I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about age and giving me a existential crisis. The fact that I'm the same age as both the GameCube and the original Xbox makes me feel fucking old.
Good story, bud. Microsoft really isn't the monopoly right now for gaming because there's still Sony and everything. They own a lot.
They do.
They own a lot, and monopolies are never a good thing. So, monopoly. I'm just gonna say EA. I mean, even when they own EA, if they own EA, they're still not going to be the monopoly.
The thing is,
Sony exists.
There needs to be competition, or else.
And you can't just buy out Sony because the amount of money you would need to buy out Sony is more than the net worth than of Microsoft and basically every other company combined. Sony and Microsoft are both the two biggest ones. Microsoft is arguably bigger, but they're still two massive giants. Neither of them could buy out each other. There's a reason they're buying out smaller companies to try and grow their net worth. But also, they're massive investments that they need time to make back, which is why they're not just constantly buying out every single company that seems like they could go somewhere.
Do you think in the future, Nintendo would end up being bought up by Microsoft? Do you think that would be a thing that could happen?
Nah.
Probably 10 years ago when the Wii U was failing, probably, but not now.
No.
But it would be interesting.
I remember when the Wii U came out. God damn.
If it ever did happen, it would probably more likely be Sony, considering I would say they would probably want to stick with the Japanese, being owned by a Japanese company rather than an American company. Well, that's just how I see it.
I'm fucking stupid. I meant to type out when did the Wii U come out, and I typed in when did the EU come out.
Nice. Oh, 2012, by the way, for the Wii U.
Alright. That doesn't actually seem that long ago.
No.
But it actually was.
10 years.
It was
it's
10 years ago.
Yeah, it's going to be about 10 years this year. Yeah. No, the Wii U. You died.
Fun. Great.
What were you going to say about the PlayStation?
The PlayStation 2 is older than the original Xbox.
Yeah, it came out a year before both the GameCube. And if we're going to talk about consoles from that generation, the Dreamcast came out in 1998 in Japan. So it was about 2 years ahead.
Nintendo Switch.
you're dead.
Okay. Hold on. I'm just gonna do this for like 5 seconds. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Okay. I want to answer animators' questions, but you two are too fucking biased against it because Australians are fucking. Because Australians are fucking stupid. So, as for the COD thing, how's Call of Duty going to look under Microsoft? I think it's because, well, Microsoft is not nearly as greedy as Activision or fucking what's it called, Blizzard. And under Xbox, I mean, there have been some really good games developed. So, and like Xbox, I mean, I think it's gonna look better. Is it gonna be perfect? No, but it's gonna look better. So, take it as you go. Anyways, okay, there you go. You fucking have permission to speak again.
Okay. Oh, I'm still waiting for Ranger too. I don't know if Ranger's mic's dead still.
Probably.
Oh,
I know.
there you are. What were you saying about the PlayStation before your mic? Oh no, the Switch, I meant.
No, Switch is 5 years old.
Yeah.
It does not feel that old. It still
it
feels
honestly
new.
doesn't. It doesn't feel that long ago where I actually
No.
because I got my Switch. I got my Switch like a few weeks.
I remember. Do you know Good Games? Do you know Good Game?
Yeah.
Yamato? Yeah, I remember. I would watch Good Game Spawn Point, which was the ABC Kids version of it.
Yeah, that's
That.
Why are we talking about games now?
We're talking about a TV show about games. Wii Sports is good. I agree. Wii
Sports is good. Yeah.
Wii Sports is the fucking best.
It was really fun back in the day. It's still fun now. It's still actually pretty
Holds
fun.
up.
Indeed.
But I would literally wake up Saturday mornings, watch GGSP. That was my morning, and that was the best thing on earth. And it basically started my tradition of getting obsessed over things I could never dream of owning. But now it's kind of fucking realistic. I own a PlayStation 4. I have a good gaming PC. I can actually own games. Like, this shit's my fucking dreams coming true.
When I was younger, I would actually write questions in. Unfortunately, I don't think I ever got any of my questions answered on show, but it was something I would do.
They probably got thousands of messages.
Oh yeah, they did. They would have gotten heaps, but it was fun.
The
just
poor
to write
unpaid interns.
The poor, yeah. They actually do. The people who originally ran it, I'm not sure if they were doing it when you were watching it, but they.
No, I know Barjo and Hex. Don't worry.
Yeah, Hex and Barjo, they stream now, and they are still doing.
They're both Twitch streamers now as well.
Yeah, they are. That's what I mean. They do Twitch streaming. And
you mumbled that.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. I don't watch them anymore, but I would watch their fucking streams on YouTube before before Copper came in and stopped them from streaming on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because they were aimed for under 13s, so they couldn't because their channel couldn't stream anymore. So they had to switch over to Twitch, and it was a whole thing because Twitch was a much more. They were not so sure about Twitch. I never really watched any of their Twitch streams. They would upload their Twitch VODs onto YouTube, but I never really. That was kind of the end of me watching GGSP, to be honest.
Yeah. I know GGSP still runs. I believe.
Yeah, it still runs. Still going strong.
The original good game that ended.
GGSP was way more successful than.
Yeah, that came out first. It was pretty good, actually. I watched a few. I actually watched that one as well as Spawn Point, and it was entertaining. They actually did some really cool shit. Like they did a animated series.
I think I remember. Hang on. Let's see if I can fact check this. When did Rust come out?
I think it was like 2015, 2014.
Yeah, that would have been. Hang on. Rust come out. That was 2013. Yeah. I remember watching that. I think I was like staying up late and I wasn't meant to, and I was like peeking around the corner looking at TV. and Good Day was on, and I specifically remember Barjo beating a man's skull with a rock. And now and when Ross was massive on YouTube and shit, and I saw that, and I was Russ. Come full fucking circle, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Shut the hell up. We're moving topics.
Alright, that's fair.
You two are starting to ramble on.
It's basically just me and Yamato nostalgia tripping.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can't even nostalgia trip. You're like 14. Anyways.
I can and I will just to spite you.
Yeah.
So,
You can't.
you both shut the fuck up.
No.
No.
Okay. So, there's actually one. There's a good question in my opinion from Lightbulb. How does one predict the far future in terms of society? And then Animator's question I'll get to in a moment because I'm a sucker for engines. Anyways, so how does one predict the far future in terms of society? I mean, I guess really, I don't know. I think the future's going to be a lot more mundane than we think it's going to be.
I don't think it's going to be as spectacular as we predicted. I mean, like, even look back to what people thought the future would look like 20 years ago or 50 years ago. They predicted it to be more extravagant, more futuristic, more technology and that stuff, and it isn't. Like, it really isn't. It's just, people have really high expectations of what the future is going to be, and it's not going to be those high expectations that we expect the future to be.
Yeah. But in the 80s, people thought that since we already have automatic transmission cars, the future is going to have flying cars, jet engines, and everything. It's like, we're still working on cars. I mean, we're
movies like Back to the Future, Part 2, and
if I can interject, the technology for flying cars and
your mic's dying.
Okay. As I was
Well, what were you continue saying, Rich?
I was saying that, like even back in the past, people thought that technology nowadays would be a lot more advanced and a lot more exciting than it actually is. So I think the future is going to be mundane. Like the far future, we can have high hopes for it and everything, but in the end, I think it's going to be much more mundane, simply because, as history has proven, the future is going to be more mundane. So we'll see how it goes.
Doubling back on the flying cars thing real quick, if you don't mind. That technology has existed for a very long time, but there's a reason that you shouldn't give the average driver what's effectively a mini helicopter. That's not going to end well. It's how you end up with a lot of interesting situations with skyscrapers. It's just not a good idea. Flying cars just aren't a good idea. In general.
I mean, if you get to the point where we have fully automatic cars, then that could work if it's flying. Because it's not like you're getting controlled. It's not like anyone in particular is having control. It's automatic system. But again, we get to the point where it's going to be very fucking buggy at first. Because again, it's not going to be immediately perfect as soon as it is released. What? Like
Which
the movie?
thing? There was so much shit in that movie.
And I don't think there was any flying cars. There was no flying cars.
There was a plane. The flood.
There were multiple planes.
The whole. Also, I watched a video about 2012. That whole movie. The whole reason that movie existed is because the guy just wanted to write a movie about floods and use the whole 2012 prophecy shit as a Trojan horse to do it. Yeah. Because that's effectively what the whole second half of the movie is. Just yes, arcs.
I do believe it. Yeah, the movie came out in 2009, from what I remember. But yeah, so going back to, again, this is more nostalgia, but going back to the whole 2012 thing, that was all everyone was talking about during the time, the Mayan calendar date. like the Mayan prediction for the world ending. Like that was fucking huge, and then pretty much right after
Nothing
it was
happened.
supposed to happen, and nothing did happen. It died extremely quickly. Well, extremely quickly.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I remember the hype of 2012, and then when 2012 rocked around, I heard nothing of it because nothing happened. It's kind of the same thing with the big computer scare with the turn of the century. Everyone thought that because of the way computers worked, that once when it rolled in,
your mic's died again.
oh, it did. Oh no,
it's back up again, and it's dead
Die.
again. You need a new mic.
Dropping.
It's 2022. It was a scam. It's 2022. Maybe you may be right, Pepsi Man. You may be right. Hopefully, we can end our pointless existences. It's suffering.
That's right.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
what were you gonna say?
There we go. The whole scare on the turn of the century that computers would just stop working because they worked in ones and zeros, and the turn and making it everything, and suddenly the turn of the century would just fuck up all computers and they would all die, and that would kind of fuck up the world economy. And then nothing happened.
Yeah, like people were legitimately scared about that. I actually,
and everyone was just like, "Oh well, that was a complete fucking waste of time with all the proofing we did of it because nothing happened."
Y2K proof, like Y2K proof your home. Yeah, nothing happened. It was just a scam. It was actually quite interesting. There was an interesting video made by Lazy Game Reviews about the whole thing. It's actually quite interesting. I would definitely check that video out. But yeah, again, I don't know. I don't have any first-hand experience. I wasn't around then, but from what I know, it was a big fucking thing until the turn of the century
Nothing happened.
and nothing happened, and everything was completely fine. So yeah, like a lot of predictions. I mean, we can predict the future, and we can be somewhat correct. Like we can be somewhat correct, but then a lot of the times it's not going to be completely correct. Like we're not going to exactly predict that something is going to happen, and it's going to be exactly the same in how it was predicted.
Mm.
Unless you're just the original Deus Ex game and you predict 9/11.
Hey, Rich, you wanna nerd out about jet engines now?
Rich is muted.
I know he is. I was thinking he would unmute. I think he actually just left.
Probably. We're being too nostalgic for
like
him.
your father. Oh.
Didn't your dad leave you? Well, he left. I guess it's just me now.
Anyway.
Well, now since it's just me, I'm going to teach you all how to make landmines. Wait, Australian Ranger's back, damn it. Yay, he's back.
I heard it all.
You heard nothing.
And I'm not fucking surprised.
About what? You heard nothing.
I heard everything and I don't care because it's the same fucking joke over and over again.
It really is. But yeah, well, you know what's funny? The fact that something I found funny. You wouldn't have known this considering you don't fucking live in you didn't live in Gippsland, but around the time of 2012, we actually had an earthquake in Victoria.
Ah.
And it was pretty. It was around like the Gippsland and like East Melbourne area. We hit it. It hit my town, and it was quite interesting because it was like before the whole end of the world was going to happen. So that was definitely interesting. And that definitely got people just talking more about that specific thing around then. And then even more recently, we had another earthquake.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had an earthquake like late last year, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. it's weird because like even before then, like two earthquakes in the span of 10 years, like that would have never been on about a span of like 2 years. That would have never happened. That's like
Actually,
very
it's
weird, especially
kind
for
of
like a
a. I mean, yeah. I mean, most places of the world get them. I mean, especially in like California, stuff, you get that shit more frequently.
and they used to
She actually fell asleep. What did you miss? Don't worry, it's basically just us nostalgia tripping and Rich getting shut up and getting fed up with our nostalgia tripping. That's about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's basically the same old shit that you fell asleep to. This is I'm enjoying this. This is what I wanted when I made podcasts. This is like the shit that I envisioned.
It's
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 a lot
actually
of
good.
fun.
We're not doing the same shit, which is just reacting to different shit in VC chat. We're actually
Yeah. Questions for the hosts. Yes.
questions for hosts. Hit us with those questions. Go ahead. We will answer. Or try to answer. Several people are talking. Indeed.
If you could get any bitch, what bitch would that?
Could I
Are we
say
talking
Georgia?
about a literal bitch, like a female dog, or the woman type?
If we're talking about a female dog, that's very hard question for me because it would either be a golden retriever, German Shepherd, Corgi, Cognac, Australian Shepherd, or Border Collie.
You didn't say Great Dane. You were out of the podcast. I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's the rules.
Okay, well, I'm going to rewind time and add Great Dane. But if we're talking about like a bitch, like a human, it would be Georges.
You're out of the podcast.
Why? What else was I supposed to say besides Georges?
Not Georges. Anything but Georges.
Okay, Tito, you happy?
No.
Good.
We can't use Georges. He's taken.
Georges. He's taken. Who's got Georges? Who owns Georges?
Your mother.
Your mother. Bitch.
14-year-olds.
Listen to Billie Eilish songs. Indeed.
Well, that is clearly not wrong, as I have recently listened to a Billie Eilish song, and I did not become blue.
Oh. Well, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, no, you've caught me out. I am actually I am blue. I'm depressed. So are you. Who the fuck would show up to this shit if you ain't depressed?
Indeed.
Yeah, no, listen to I'm blue one. Now, how is that stuck in my head? Fuck you. Some people think if it's like if I was green I would die. No, it is literally just dubba dee dubba die.
I didn't
There
ever
is
hear
literally
like
nothing else to it. It is
instead of
literally just that.
I actually heard
All right,
I'm blue,
anyways.
I believe I will die, not I'm green and I will die. I don't know where people get green from.
Oh, that's dark.
Believe I will die.
Even darker.
Yeah. And I used to think the video was about depressed aliens kidnapping humans so they will die because the humans will come and, try and get back the kidnapped humans and kill the aliens. That's
What did
legit
I
what I
miss?
fucking believed. Just Mean Ranger
You
being
missed
more
Santa being
nostalgic.
shot down by the Iron Dome after entering Israeli airspace.
Oh, cool.
True.
So,
Do you want to
I
go?
heard
Do you
something
want
about jet
to? Do you
engines
want to nerd
again.
out about jet
Yeah,
engines now?
basically, do you want to nerd out about jet engines now?
Yes.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So, really, I don't think the look of a jet, the core effect of a jet engine is going to change all too much, because renewable jet engines. What the hell is a renewable jet engine?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Beats my meat.
Well, like a jet engine running on like biofuel. Is that what you mean?
Is
Alright.
that what?
Okay. Anyways, all right.
This
where
is
was
the cause
Right,
video. That is like the most German video.
I? Right.
Where?
The clean engine, so like a clean jet engine. Well,
Oh no.
I don't know.
Oh
I don't know
no.
how. I don't know how possible that would be. The biofuel. Okay, so biofuel. Well, really, the concept is going to stay the same. I mean, I think the look will stay the same, but what is causing the combustion is going to be different because it's going to be combustible. Because like the whole way a jet engine works is combustible, right? So whether you put biofuel through it, I mean, the biofuel probably is going to make the design, the internals change a little bit, and maybe the power output or something. But in the core of it, the core base of it is going to still be a jet engine. You're still going to have your compression blades, and you're still going to have your compression chambers, and you're still going to have your combustion chamber, and you're still going to have your afterburner, right? If your jet engine is equipped with one. So it's still going to, in the core aspect, be a jet engine. Just a couple of things are going to change the fact that it's not burning jet fuel, it's burning biofuel. Ticket prices, uh, ticket prices would skyrocket because of biofuel, because biofuel is going to be a lot more abundant than fossil fuel or petroleum-based fuel. And the plane itself, again, the plane's probably not going to change the way it looks because of that. Planes are made the way they look not because of the engines, but the aerodynamic and also fuel efficient. So they're probably going to continue looking the same. So exactly, yeah, it's probably why we aren't going to be using biofuel anytime soon. It's why we're still using fossil fuel until biofuel is developed.
Hopefully soonish. No, I guess whenever we can stop relying so heavily on fossil fuels, the better. The sooner the better, probably.
Yeah. Probably in the next 10 to 20 years. I mean, Exxon's doing some really good development on biofuel right now. Mobile One is too.
Again, like really cool development that I genuinely want to see. I want to see a lot more of, instead of just heavily. I mean, it's problematic fun shit when it comes to heavily relying on fossil fuels.
What? The Overture? It's basically just a Concorde. Okay, so it's a more advanced Concorde. All right.
Okay. Is there any other things you want to mention about jet engines and nerding out?
That's about it. Jet engines, the core aspect of a jet engine probably won't change too much, and the look probably won't change too much. Just internals being tweaked and whatnot to support biofuels instead of jet fuel.
Yeah.
Well, considering the fact that Concorde flopped not because of price estimates of how much it would cost to keep a plane that going that high with both with both managing the aircraft and also the fuel requirements it takes to use that aircraft. If biofuel is made and the biofuel is significantly more inexpensive than the fossil fuel, then yeah, sure, it could probably be more successful. But considering the fact that, like, I think an example uses like the amount of fuel it takes for a Concorde to taxi and take off is about as much fuel as is about the same cost of fuel that would take for a car to run for a year, or like the car fuel costs in a year. It costs a lot of money to fly a Concorde or a supersonic jet in general, and for more or less, it's still going to cost a lot. It's just probably going to cost as much because of biofuel. So if the biofuel stay. If biofuel came to fruition, then it probably would be possible. But if it's going to be using standard combustible fossil fuel, it's not going to be very successful.
Hmm.
Biofuel made me
yeah.
quit brainwaves. God damn.
I mean, biofuel is actually really interesting when you actually really think about it.
Yeah.
Well, do you reckon we're up soonish?
I don't think we call it yet.
Okay.
I've called it at 10 before, and then it's popped back up to like 12, 13.
True.
But we
That's
haven't
for
even
over an hour and a half.
maintained it at a solid 12 to 13 for
The
a good
entire time.
while.
That's
but-
actually really good. Definitely
Yeah.
definitely better than what our podcasts do.
We're definitely actually coming back to I wouldn't say our beginning relevancy, since people kind of got old, people kind of got sick of it constantly happening. It's like, yeah, cool. It's constantly happening. I'm
It's
not
the
going to
exact
miss
same
it or
thing.
anything.
There's no point in
Like the
going
first
into it.
couple times, it was cool, new, and exciting, and then it kind of died because we ran out of shit to do and plans, and then now they're actually getting plans and shit back. We don't have that. We don't have that core listener base, which we still have that core listener base. Everyone who is a regular, thank you very much. You're keeping us doing this, and I love doing this. So thank you.
For people who stuck through, even who just bullshittery when we weren't actually probably doing shit. Thank you for staying around.
Yeah,
I tolerate all of you.
that is the most we ask out of you, Rich. We do
Barely.
not have high expectations.
Damn. I have my expectations for you are at the floor, so I'm never disappointed. Yet I somehow always am disappointed.
Hey, we're inventive in ways to be shit at everything.
Be disappointing to Rich.
I don't have any scary, spooky personal stories. I just don't.
I guess the only other thing could be one time my Game Boy turned on randomly, but it could have been it was slowly sliding down and it hit the power button. That could be the possibility for that one. But I guess when I heard when I heard just the boot up sound, it was like, what the fuck?
That's true though.
The scary story for Rich is doing taxes.
Those taxes
That is
were terrifying.
brilliant.
I still haven't gotten my tax return.
Oh, actually, I remember this. My cat was hidden in my cupboard once, and I closed it. I didn't know he was in there. So when he was trying to get out. So I could hear him just I don't know push at the cupboard. So it was making noise. Legitimately thought that someone was in the house. Until I opened the cupboard and the cat was there. I was like, oh. Well, I was freaking out for no reason. I guess that was probably more scarier than Game Boy Advance turning.
What?
Game Boy turning.
How did you get in raped? It's October 120th.
That's something. Indeed.
Was it something? Oh,
God, I'm getting tired.
I mean, we didn't do like a Valentine's special or anything.
No.
No, fuck
that.
you.
Yeah, fuck that. Nobody cares about
Well,
Valentine's.
Valentine's Day is literally the only reason it was created is for stores to mark up prices on just cheap shit. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and Father's Day are literally commercial holidays for capitalist scum. I'm sorry, but they're bullshit.
Valentine's, I agree with, but you ain't
you don't-
shitting on my mum.
You don't need
Fuck.
a day just to love your partner. That should be something you just do every day. Like, it's not going to be, oh, I'm going to be nice to my partner and cook them dinner because it's Valentine's Day. No, that's something you should do just generally.
That is my favorite. That is the best thing to come out of Valentine's Day. Ice. That is just the best thing.
Also, something that generally pisses me off is just people I don't know, I think it's just dumb.
Valentine's Day is just overrated.
It's annoying. It's just as annoying as how, Christmas can get sometimes as well. Yes, goes every day. Indeed.
True.
Indeed it does. I was looking at the chat.
Alright. Suggestion. I'm not doing stories. So JJB went with Polynoma. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I saw that and I really wasn't interested in it, so I didn't do
Radio, thanks all.
You
And
what?
now you're listening to the science radio.
That's
Thanks, all.
not silly. How the fuck did you even do that?
What?
Stab the hole
I
in your
stabbed a
foot
hole.
using
How?
You said that's how did you stab a
Did
hole?
Did you put your foot under the leg of the chair and then sit on that chair? Did you do that? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's something stupid would do. That's something I do.
That's something
So,
stupid
and
and dumb
that
to
just
do.
reinforces my statement. So,
Indeed it does. Indeed it does.
I got my foot was even. Oh, so you just sat down with like all of your weight. Ooh.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh.
I had growing up, I had a like this cabinet, the smaller cabinet that'll be in the corner. It was pretty unstable. I don't know how fucking hard I opened the door, but I opened up like the cupboard door at the bottom, and it just fell on top of me.
Ooh.
Yep. Thankfully, the way my bed was positioned, basically it caught it, so the entire thing didn't fall flat on me, and my head just hit the glass door, the upper cupboard door. But yeah, that was really shittily designed with how it was.
I've
Australian Ranger is dead. Welcome to the podcast where Australian Ranger's mic fucking dies all the time. Do a coke. Oh. Tank.
What am I talking?
Oh. I just pulled the chair closer to the table. Fun. I think Australian Rangers mics actually probably died.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
I guess it might be his internet though. Also, I find it funny the podcast like basically, we basically don't know what the fuck to do when Australian Ranger is like this.
Hey, it's back.
It's not just like that. It's that there's three people that talk. When you lose one of them, that's a third of the brain power that's there. So it's kind of just like,
Yeah.
We basically resort back to basic instincts, pretty much.
You give bigger primal instincts. Zach, it wasn't my internet. It wasn't my internet. My internet's fine. I have 50 ping.
It's the mic. It's the microphone, and it's doing it again.
There is brain power. Did you not hear the conversations we were having earlier?
Yeah, but we've already used up all that brain power.
It's not that. I mean, I haven't used all mine, so you guys just haven't brought a topic yet that has been.
My brain isn't properly functioning anymore.
Like, no, it's not that my brain power is out. It's that you guys just haven't provided an interesting topic.
That's because I can't think of any topics like this. Any interesting topics?
Well, you're stupid, so.
Dude, I've been awake for a while now. I need sleep.
Hey, it's back. There we go. Anyway, what are we doing?
You're stupid.
Yes.
You're stupid.
Yes.
Your penis is small. Rich.
It's not actually, but that's not the topic.
Okay, well, show us.
Maybe that's something we don't get onto in front of 7 other people.
What the fuck?
There's 7 people listening.
There's 7 people listening. That's
sure.
10 minus 3 equals 7. Math, motherfucker.
Show us your penis. Show us that it's not small.
What the fuck?
Just go ask her mom.
Hey, where does my mom live then?
You're not coming out. You're not recovering from it.
Nah, nah.
Give me
He
your
got you there. Just admit it.
penis. You got me there.
Yeah. Good sport. Good sport.
Fucking.
Anyway,
Dark
oh yeah,
Dharma,
we were
dude.
going on about injuries. Well, I've taken the nail off of my big toe before because I got it stuck under a chair,
Again,
and it
this is
came
not
like
an interesting topic.
fully off, like down to the nail bed.
Okay, well, you come up with interesting conversations then.
And
If none of
I've
what
cut
we're
my
saying
leg
is
open
big
before,
enough.
and I used to have a scar from it. It healed like last year though, so I don't have any proof that it happened. Ooh.
Oh wait, wouldn't you have taken photos of it once you had the scar and after it?
I probably did, but I've gone through a lot of devices since then, and by that I mean one.
Which is just a
I
laptop.
have an iPad that has served me well for like 5 years. It has an active gaping hole in the screen and still works fucking fine. That iPad is just giga chad.
That was my iPad too.
How did? Okay, hang on. When?
2 plastic chairs, so I got one. Are we still talking about plastic
Man,
chairs?
your thing. You fucking plastic chairs has it out for you.
November 2013. I definitely didn't get it November 2013, but that just tells you how long this fucking thing has served me for.
What was it?
I haven't. Oh no, I had an image on my old computer, but not on this one.
I guess you can just find your old computer and get it up, I guess. Unless you threw it away.
No. My old computer just isn't my computer anymore. It's my mum's.
Oh. Okay.
So, and the process, the process of managing to get it on the computer was really roundabout because I can't take a picture of my iPad with my iPad. So I had to borrow my mum's phone, take a picture of the iPad, send that photo to me, and then so I would have that picture of my iPad on my iPad, and then I would send it using my iPad, and then I would save the image that was on my iPad onto the computer. It's a really, really roundabout way of doing it.
Ugh. I don't know if we'll last another hour if they keep talking about this gay shit. You gay asses.
Okay, if we're
Are
giving
we sponsored by
shit
Apple?
topics,
No,
you
but
come
your
up with
mother is. Actually, I might actually fall asleep. I mean, yeah, no, we've set a new record today. We were actually so fucking boring. Somebody fell asleep listening to this shit.
Indeed.
Mercy. This is about to be 2 people.
Okay, Rich, again, if we're not saying interesting shit, you come up with a fucking topic then.
No, fuck
Yeah.
you.
No, fuck you.
Okay, then stop complaining, because at least we're actually coming up with shit to talk about.
No, I will complain.
It's something to talk about. I today got not today, yesterday, got day before, got 2 model kits of an M4 Sherman and a Panther, and I'm going. And once I get the paints, I'm going to try and put them together with my mum because I've never done that shit before, and it's cool. And Rich, congratulations! You with your Lego Bismarck had inspired me to do this.
Yay.
Congratulations.
It's nice. The Lego
I need to get.
really cool.
I'm going to increase
Hang
my
on, I'll
Lego
take a
fleet.
photo of it. I'll be back in a second. I'll take a photo of the boxes.
I'm gonna increase my Lego plastic fleet.
Fuck yeah.
Graf Zeppelin, U40, and then Brinzoigen.
Have you built any Panzers?
I do have a bunch of tanks actually. They're all
Please.
back home, but I do.
Oh, okay.
I have a mouse.
Next time you get home, please get photos of them.
I do have some photos of them that exist on Discord. I just need to go get them.
Yeah, if you find them, I would love to see them.
If you give me a second, I could find them. I
Yeah.
need to go find them.
We'll do.
There's a Pershing, there's a Panther, there's a KV-1, there's a Ferdinand, there's a Sherman, and there's a mouse.
Mm.
And a
I'm back. I'm going to post them in VC chat shortly. Just have to wait for Discord to load on my iPad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what did I miss?
We're basically just talking about Rich's Lego.
Ah.
No, Rich's trying to find some.
Lego is fun. It's just so fucking expensive.
I don't have, and it takes up a lot of space. I want to bring
Yeah.
my Lego down, but it's all in my parents' place. Because I just don't have the room for it in my apartment. Put it down. I prefer I love the Lego creator sets or like the street module buildings. So it's like a bunch of shit. Oh hell yeah,
And those are the sets of the boxes.
that's cool.
So you gotta like glue them together and
Yeah,
shit.
no, I did I did something like this for my dad once. I got a model kit of the Titanic because for some reason
There was actually a set. There was actually one of these like for the Bismarck, which I kind of wanted to get, but also that would have been a lot to start out with, and also
yeah,
it was
small.
super fucking expensive. It was like $80.
I started small.
I don't have that money.
I probably should have done smaller besides Titanic when I got for my first.
There was a Titanic there.
Yeah,
There was a Titanic there.
These are really fun to build, so I enjoy.
Hmm.
Do not acknowledge what if my forehead bleeding. My face got covered in blood. What?
I'm talking
I
to
feel like I
myself.
missed. Oh, Anime still talking about injuring himself. That makes sense.
Animator is not the luckiest lad.
No. Animator, have you thought about not, I don't know, being careful? They were talking about that. I remember back in primary school, there was an incident. There was a corner where basically you got told not to run because it was very dangerous that you could run into someone else. Basically, yeah, that happened. A kid ran into another kid, and one of the kid's tooth got chipped, and actually got stuck in the forehead of the other kid that they ran into.
God.
There was quite a bit of blood. Yeah, it was interesting, I guess.
Okay, now all this shit makes me realize how fucking lucky I am.
I'm lucky to the fact that I haven't broken a bone. I haven't had. I guess the most serious injury I had was I cracked my head open.
My brother has done that. My sibling has done that before.
The thing I remember when I did it is that it wasn't actually painful for me, because just adrenaline shit. But yeah, it was overall it wasn't the worst experience. But I
You
wouldn't
know,
recommend
my sibling is not the luckiest. They've cracked their head open, and they've broken a bone, and they broke their arm in 3 separate places
at the same time.
at the same time.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're all good now, but it happened like last year.
Great for me.
Yeah, it was like 3 breaks and a fracture because they fell out of a tree. But it's not like I haven't done dumb shit. I just managed to get away with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The hole in my forehead. I think I still have a very small scar from when I had my head cracked
He
open.
got kicked by a swing. Oof.
What was it again? Oh,
I've stabbed somebody before.
what? Elaborate, please. Oh wow, those are
I
sexy.
stabbed a kid in the hand with a pencil.
Oh wow, those are really cool, Rich.
M36 and M26. Nice.
I like
know,
how I like how we're
Okay,
actually.
here's the thing. Okay, John Wick. Okay, here's the thing. The guy literally asked for it. Like, the kid literally asked for it. Man fucking deserved it.
So you stabbed him.
Yes. I
mean,
stabbed him in the palm of the
okay.
hand.
Oh my god, it's 66 megabytes.
Fun.
What are you uploading?
3 images.
Oh, more Lego tanks?
What fucking
Yes.
quality
Hell
do
yeah.
you? How good of a phone camera do you have?
It's an S10.
I'm going to assume that's good.
Yeah. That's pretty decent.
I
Well,
don't know
considering I
Samsung
got
shit.
it when it first came out, so.
I'm still using I still use the S9.
Whack! Where's the rest of my tank collection?
Alright, see ya.
Who's leaving?
See you guys.
My peeps. I probably might head off to bed soon. I'm getting quite tired. I used to go to bed around now.
Yeah.
There we go.
We've
There
gone
we
on
go.
back up to 12, so I was right not to call it.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Hell yeah. Again, those are looking quite sexy, Rich.
I put way too much time into the Pershing. Way too much.
It looks good though.
So did you come up with the designs yourself, or did you follow instructions?
I bought the sets initially, and then with the Pershing, I changed it a bit because, well, actually, I changed it a lot because the back of initially the back of the tank, like the entire back half of the tank was supposed to open up and show the engine, but I was like, no, fuck that. So I redesigned it to where only the engine hatches would open up to show the engine. So
Okay. Looks really cool.
yeah. What is up with the back end of the Pershing? Well, I put a lot of detail on it because fuck you. The white part. What's with the white part? That's sandbags.
Yeah.
I detailed the shit out of the thing. There's an MG34, 250 cals, and like an STG44 on there somewhere. There's a lot of stuff.
Why is there an MG34 on a Pershing?
Because if you were an American tank crew, would you not want to steal a German machine gun for yourself?
That probably happened. An MG34 and an SG44 on a Pershing. Gale.
Well, no, because
I did.
no, because
I mean,
because
no.
there's reports for a lot of Allied troops or Allied tankers and troops and whatnot taking German weapons because they were cool, they were advanced. STG-44s, MG-34s, MG-42s. So I just took some of the German weapons and I just slapped them on the tank like it was the tank crew taking
There's a
them for
link to
themselves.
the podcast, everyone. If because we have the channel. We have the channel. People who still don't know.
Yeah, we have a fucking YouTube channel.
We've got episode 30.
Shameless self-promotion.
Self-promotion. Yeah. Indeed.
On the topic of animated basically skinning themselves alive, I've just deadass accidentally peeled my skin off before. Wasn't fun.
Yeah,
Probably not. We'll probably just spam the link whenever we're doing it.
are we doing it?
No,
Yeah.
we cannot see who is subbed and who isn't. That is not a thing.
We know 20 people are though. And I think it's assumed that the people who are part of the podcast are subbed. Are subbed to it.
I have subscribed to the channel.
Likewise. And I've hit the notification bell. I get all notifications.
What is the point of a screen protector made out of glass?
It's more durable. Like, it's not made of normal glass. It's made of, like, Gorilla Glass, like the stuff
It's
that the
actually pretty good.
Samsung screens are made of. They're really good, but, like, at the
Good
downside
on
of it,
Napoleon.
because, like, again, you know, like, the downside of it is, like, if you have, like, if you have, like, a fingerprint scanner in your screen, you can't use a glass protector without being unable to use your fingerprint scanner. And
I have
also
a
when they crack.
fingerprint scanner on the back of my phone.
Yeah, that's where they're mostly are put now.
Mine's under my screen, so.
Yeah, mine's on the back of my phone. Samsung's actually good with that. Although you have just the model above
Yeah, the
mine.
button.
And the
Good
button.
old
Oh
button.
hell yeah! You've got the you've got you got the good shit.
God damn it! I look away from chat for 2 hours.
What happened? Never look away from chat for any period of time because shit happens. Let's go chat. Horny. Lots of horny.
Yeah, what is going on in chat?
Horny.
Light bulbs. Paint. Oh, what?
Third
Oh,
horny.
you
Oh
just
wow.
fucking warned Fluff. Pan over to
He,
chat. Warn.
he had a he had a one hour. He had a verbal.
The fuck was he doing? Why is Lee Heinz tomato ketchup? They haven't done anything super horny in recent.
They were earlier. You fucks weren't awake.
Okay.
Okay.
I just joined. Alright. Back to visit chat. We still have 11 people.
Indeed, we do. Definitely the most. Definitely, I think we haven't had a retained audience since podcast 2, although podcast 2 is a very mythical legend that only happens that we haven't had since then.
Bitch, animator. I have a iPad that has a gaping hole in the fucking screen. And it still works completely. I mean, it doesn't work complete. I don't know. Shut up. And I mean, it doesn't work completely fine. That the corner that the hole in the screen is on. Occasionally, the touch receptors do just die, but for the most part, it still works.
Man,
Do you have a phone?
Okay, here's the thing. Old iPhones are built durable. New iPhones are fucking wimpy.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Although I had an iPhone 3 that I got given to me just as a thing because I like collecting odd shit. The battery had began to balloon and actually cracked the plastic at the back of it and fucked that up.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I actually really liked owning that because the iPhone 3 I find that one quite nostalgic to me. Particularly, I might eventually buy my own one just to have as like a collector. Even though I don't think they're really collector's items yet. They may be
I still find it funny that my mum has gone through like 3 iPads in the time.
I had to get a new iPad at one point because the screen in my iPad died because reasons.
I've only had to replace my iPad once, and it still had the warranty when I replaced it. So I basically didn't lose it.
I think I've got my old iPad here. The screen's basically fucked, but it recently stopped being as fucked.
Is it a hole that you can stick your finger in?
No.
Okay.
It's half the screen is unusable. The whatever fucking pixels was put into it fucked up, and it's basically unviewable.
Great.
Yeah, that's become.
Dad, use it. Use it.
Thankfully, my sister just gave me her iPad, which she stopped using. Which I don't even use that iPad anymore because PC for everything now. The only reason I really used my iPad before was just to watch YouTube. Because I didn't even have I had a school laptop, but I only used it for school shit. I never really used it outside of school.
Anyway.
Anyway, it's getting.
You are all equally worthless.
Why?
Because I said so.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, what's the topic now?
Good question.
I'm too tired to think of any topic.
Me too. I slept for 10 hours and I'm still tired. I want to go back to sleep.
Oh, well, there goes my dreams.
Of what?
Doing shit after podcast?
What would you want to do? What would you want to do? It's like midnight for you.
Not sleep.
Why go to sleep? Stop fucking your sleep schedule up.
No, I had a good sleep schedule this week. Let me fuck it up for one
Keep it
night.
going.
I don't want to go to sleep.
We
Not gonna lie.
we can fuck it up tomorrow because I don't have to work on Monday.
I don't have anything. I don't have any reason to stay up tomorrow.
You don't have any reason not to stay up tomorrow.
I actually probably do.
Nah,
There's
that's
no
fine.
reason for me to stay up except for today.
Nah, you'll be
Maybe.
fine.
I will hold that against you. Anyway.
No, fuck
Yeah.
you.
No, fuck 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 you.
No,
Okay,
fuck
cool.
you. Use the Imperial system.
Well, at least I can kill an emu. Fuck you.
Have you
You
tried to
cannot kill an emu.
Dude, I want you to
You want
go
to fucking bet?
to Australia. Yes.
I will fucking bet. Shut up, Zach. This isn't a manga.
An emu.
It's not an
You
emu.
want to fuck?
It's emu, you dumb
Emu.
shit.
You want to fucking bet?
Emu.
I will.
You
I'm going to
dumb
continue pronouncing
American
emu
shit.
just to spite you. It's an
I
emu.
will. It's not.
It's emu.
Literally, it's.
It's emu.
I'm tired of this. How to piss off Australian Ranger.
Go into the GC, the not the podcast one, the other one. You there?
Emu. Who are you talking to? I didn't think you were talking to me.
I was talking to you. It doesn't matter now.
Oh, okay. I didn't even hear what you were saying. I mean, I heard what you were saying, but I wasn't processing it.
Good job. You fucking.
Did you keep Ranger from that group? Did you get Ranger from that group?
Perhaps.
Oh, that's uncalled for.
And it's also uncalled for.
Your mom?
Your face?
No.
God damn it.
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna just go then.
Yeah, I think we can order it.
Yeah.
Both of the other hosts trash.
I
Yeah.
need sleep. I really need sleep.
Yeah, you should go sleep, Yamato.
It's
Well, you should go to sleep, too.
2:15 a.m.
I'm not going to sleep. Fuck you.
It's still like 1:30 for him. It's like 2 a.m. It's like
It's like
2:15.
it is 1:45 in the morning.
It is 2:15 a.m. in the state of Victoria.
We don't have any sponsors.
No, we don't.
Today's sponsor is
My
Not-
foot up your ass.
Yes.
today's video is sponsored by Nordvpn.
Oh.
Sorry, I couldn't. Sorry.
Well, I guess we didn't get the sponsorship with Nord. Anyway, that's it. I'm just gonna throw another link up. Here's the podcast.
Yeah. It'll probably go up in like this podcast will probably go up in like 14 months or however fucking long it takes.
14.
We're not.
Anyway, that's really cool.
Today's sponsor.
It's gonna
I
take.
did not
It's
mean to
gonna.
post
promote-
that.
Promote
It's gonna take longer. God damn it. You go. Fuck you.
You go. Fuck you.
Okay, fine. It's gonna take longer to build the Friedrich der Grosse and Hearts of Iron with only one dockyard than it is to upload this podcast. Or did I get that backwards? I think I got that backwards. But you get the
You
idea.
got it backwards. Yeah.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I think that's it for today. So
We will plug it again, Napoleon. Fuck you.